So to move on then a little bit to maybe some of our successes this year, Kevin. While DJ Carey was a stain on the memory of a former sporting legend, there were plenty of new Irish sporting heroes and heroines created this year.
Yeah, it has been a good year for Irish sport. It's been a bad year for politics, as Fionn says, and lots of other things. What's your highlight? Well, there's quite a few, actually. I'm going to start just by mentioning that the All-Ireland was won by Kerry and Tipperary, and then we move on really quickly, right? Fionn is not allowed to come in on that bit. But the golf was a really big one. So this gets us to Offaly quite quickly, and Shane Lowry being the hero of New York when Europe retained the Ryder Cup in what was, I don't know if they were unprecedented scenes, but they were pretty intense.
Yeah. And it was so emotional as well.
Yeah. And so people will recall that the American crowd seemed to lose the plot. There was all sorts of things happening, like Rory McIlory's wife getting hit with cups of beer, some of the name chanting that we couldn't possibly say on a podcast. And it got really, really intense. Europe had raced off into a lead. Then America staged a comeback. And then on Sunday, Shane Lowry sinks the putt that ensures it's coming back to Europe. And the celebration was, which I've seen dubbed up 100 different ways, but it was very similar to 1982, Seamus Darby's kind of unorthodox jumping up and down on the spot, kind of like a child on Christmas morning who got the bike that they didn't expect. And it was just lovely to see that kind of unbridled joy, because golfers are mega rich. They play, and we've seen so much in recent years where there's rows over people going to live because they're going to get 5 million, 10 million, 20 million prize money. And this was just for the winning. So that for me is one of the big sporting highlights, but there were other smaller ones too. Like, we've had a really good year in athletics. Kate O'Connor, of course, getting silver at the World Athletic Championships. Really rare thing for Ireland to get proper medals at those in the heptathlon, a sport that, let's be honest, did we know a whole lot about it? Not really. But we all became experts for those few days. In swimming, Daniel Whiffen seems to be back in business. He had an appendix surgery during the year, but got back to win gold. And then, of course, there was the soccer, which I think was a fantastic, maybe the others could chime in on this, but fantastic social experiment, because whatever about the golf or the GAA or the rugby, which has been up and down over the course of the year, big wins against Australia, but then losing to New Zealand, South Africa. But the soccer, I think, brought the country together in a way that we haven't seen in quite a while. Maybe it was the nostalgia thing of, goodness, we're winning again. Maybe we're going to a World Cup. But Troy Parrott over those couple of days against Portugal, and Ronaldo getting sent off, and then scoring the hat-trick in Budapest against Hungary. That was the feel-good few days of the year for me, I have to say.
And that's one of the difference that I think those moments make to the nation, that you're able to kind of get behind a group of people who are doing well, even when things are like you were saying earlier on, that there's so much online, and you know what was happening over in Gaza, or you know there's definitely multiple different conflicts, etc., across the world that would have you despair at what's going on. So having those moments and those moments of light relief as well they're really important.
Absolutely. To be honest, I wouldn't be a soccer fan, but I sat down and I watched those games because it was the whole just getting behind the team, and Troy Parrott came out, and it was just amazing. And then to hear his mammy then on the radio, and I don't know, it was emotional as well, because we haven't had success like that in Ireland for so long in the soccer. So it was a really feel-good moment. Yeah.
Is there one sporting moment this year that you'd pick?
Well, do you know what? And it's not something that I would say, would make me proud to be Irish, but it's the whole shorts controversy.
Okay.
Because now I really do have to admire the Kamogi girls and the Kamogi players that stood up and refused to play over the whole issue. And I just think it's an issue that has been going on for years and years and years, and has created such discontent over a number of years. And even last year, a motion was brought to the annual Congress, and they wanted to introduce shorts at that stage, and it was completely rejected. And then to come back maybe, 6 months or a year later, and to have the players themselves, it was the Leinster semi-final, where the players before the game came out onto the pitch in their shorts, and the referee stopped them and said, I can't let this game go ahead. And now, in fairness, they did go back and they changed in their shorts, but then after that we saw in the Munster final, the same thing happen, and the players let it be known that they were only going to play if they were wearing shorts, and that game had to be deferred. Camogie Association organised a special congress, and then it won by a landslide, the vote. And I just think it was such a watershed moment for female players, because I've only ever played one camogie game in my life, and I wore the skort, and it was so uncomfortable. So I can completely relate to the camogie players that, you know, it would affect their confidence, or it would be uncomfortable for them. It would impact their game. And I just don't feel like they were listened to over the years. So they took it into their own hands, and I'm so proud of them for doing that. And the whole country got behind them, and it just created uproar across media, across social media. And it just, their stand, I suppose, made me proud to be Irish, although it was a long time coming.
It's one of those stories that, this is 2025, we're looking back on here.
Yeah.
In 10 years' time, in 2035, we look back and go, Jesus, weren't we mad back then? Like that was a thing.
I'm even thinking that right now. Like, it was hands up. Not something that I paid much attention to. And then when I heard that camogie players didn't even have the choice, that they could wear the skort or the shorts, I couldn't believe that we were in 2025 and that we were still having this conversation.
And now it's so lovely to see, because now they have the choice, and if you go to a camogie game, you will see them. Some girls wear skorts, some girls wear shorts, and it's lovely.